You are not using 10% of your brain. You are using far more than that. And the truth is far more unsettling. For decades, people have been told the same story, that most of the human brain is inactive, unused, dormant, a hidden reservoir of untapped potential. The idea is simple. If you could unlock the remaining 90%, you could become something more. Smarter, faster, stronger. It is an idea that feels empowering, and that is exactly why it survived. But there is a problem. This idea is not supported by modern neuroscience, not even close. So where did it come from? And why do we still believe it? The 10% myth did not emerge from a single discovery. It evolved from fragments, misinterpretations of early research, simplified explanations of complex systems, statements taken out of context and repeated until they became accepted. Over time, the idea spread, from scientific circles to popular culture, from textbooks to movies, from speculation to certainty. And once an idea reaches that point, it becomes difficult to question, because it no longer feels like a theory. It feels like truth. But today, we can observe the brain directly. Through imaging technologies like PET scans and fMRI, we can see which regions activate in real time. We can measure activity while a person moves, while they think, while they feel, and even while they rest. And what these observations reveal is surprisingly clear. There is no silent 90%. There is no vast, inactive region waiting to be unlocked. Even in moments of apparent stillness, the brain is active. When you are sitting quietly, your brain is processing internal thoughts. When you are asleep, it is organizing memories, regulating systems, and maintaining essential functions. There is no moment when the brain simply turns off. Think of the brain as a city. At any given moment, some areas are active and visible. Others are quieter, but still functioning. Energy is distributed. Resources are allocated. Nothing is wasted. There is no empty district. There is no unused territory. Every part exists for a reason, and every part contributes at the right time. So if the brain is fully active over time, why does the myth feel so convincing? Because it aligns with intuition. We tend to believe that large systems must contain unused space. The complexity implies inefficiency, but the brain does not follow that logic. It is not inefficient, it is optimized. Not all regions activate at once because they do not need to. In fact, if the entire brain were active simultaneously, the result would not be intelligence. It would be chaos. Uncontrolled activity across all regions would resemble a seizure. The brain is not powerful because everything is on. It is powerful because everything is coordinated. Each region has a specific function: language, movement, vision, emotion, memory, decision-making. These functions are distributed, and they activate when required. This selective activation is what makes the system efficient, not weak. Now consider something else. What happens when even a small part of the brain is damaged? A stroke affecting a tiny region can change everything. Speech can disappear. Movement can be lost. Memory can collapse. If 90% of the brain were truly unused, losing a small portion would not matter. But it does. And that tells us something important. Every part is necessary. Every part is active. Even the regions we once believed were silent have been shown to play essential roles. So the problem is not that we are using too little of the brain. The problem is how we understand it. Because the 10% myth does something subtle. It shifts the question. Instead of asking, how does the brain work? It encourages us to ask, how do we unlock it? And that is a very different idea. The myth survives for another reason. It is comforting. It suggests that our limitations are not real, that our potential is simply hidden, that greatness is already inside us, waiting to be released. It removes responsibility and replaces it with possibility. But reality is less comforting. You are not limited because you are using too little of your brain. You are limited by how you use what is already active. And this changes everything because it removes the illusion of hidden power and replaces it with something else: responsibility. Your brain is not waiting to be unlocked. It is already working, constantly. Every habit you repeat strengthens neural pathways. Every decision you make reinforces patterns. Every thought shapes the system itself. You are not activating your brain, you are training it. So what is the truth? You do not use 10% of your brain. You use almost all of it. Not all at once, but continuously. The brain is always active, always adapting, always processing. The limitation is not usage, it is direction. And this is where the myth becomes something else. Not just incorrect, but revealing. Because it shows us something about how humans think. We prefer simple explanations over complex realities. We prefer potential over responsibility. We prefer myths that empower us, even if they are not true. The 10% myth is not just a scientific error. It is a reflection of the human mind. A story repeated so often that it became real in the imagination of millions. But when measured carefully, the illusion disappears. Not because the brain becomes less interesting, but because it becomes clearer. You are not using 10% of your brain. You are using a system far more complex than that. And understanding it is far more powerful than believing in a myth.